Good afternoon. Today is the 26th of July and here we are for part 5 of a slightly shambolic shuffle around 2025 Festival of the Unexceptional. I do apologise in advance for wind noise, if I get things wrong, if I fall over, if I get interrupted by announcements or music. I'm afraid it's just the way that it goes on this channel. And also, viewers, we don't talk about diesels, and those of you who complained so far, your comments are getting removed because you've been warned. Thank you. Anyway, we'll go over this Mark II Panda first of all, 1989 to 90. I did drive one of these. The car I drove is actually here. It's somewhere in the other section, so we'll probably see it later on. This is a very nice one, this one. It's a 1000S, super. Lovely condition, actually. The brakes are a bit scary on most, to be honest with you. I have tried and they are a bit scary. Golf driver, 1990 to 1991 registration. A little bit like a GTI, but not quite. And then we've got a first generation Prius. I think these came out before 2000. This one is it's a 2000. That's a price in 2003 of £16,000. You could get them over here actually. They were available. They weren't common, but you could get them. It's funny that is actually eligible for the concourse now, it being a 2000. So the Impreza, when it first came out in this country, the turbo model, or in other markets, the sort of WRX STIs, they were called the Turbo 2000. Here's the evidence there. Turbo 2000 was the name of them over here, not WRX or STI, although some were imported. This is the RB5 model, celebrating Richard Burns. So this one will be very valuable actually now, a genuine UK RB5 from sort of 98, 99. Next we've got a Renault Megane Scenic. This is 1998, 1999 too. It's a 1.6 RT. I can't remember the first year. Was it 97 the Scenics came out? I think it was. At the time they were revolutionary cars. These days everyone has, you know, a car that does something similar in their lineup, but at the time it was something different. Next we've got this Rover 100 Ascot, very late one, 97-98, production for December 98. For sale at £2,700. Is this actually for this car? Yes it is. 97, £2,700. There's no phone number. And here is Mr. Bill's car, this 1999 Renault Megane Classic, which I filmed on the channel last year, and I filmed it 2021 as well. This car has been restored since I first filmed it, and actually he's had it in his family since new. He's had the paint work done on it. The car looks great now, correct wheel trims on it. He also towed this trailer to the event, which contains a Sinclair C5. I don't know where the Sinclair C5 Owners Club is, I can't find it, but found the car, and it's looking fantastic. I think I've got one of my stickers on here somewhere. Right, next row viewers. So, 1993, 1994 Vauxhall Senator, this one. The 3-litre CD model. Very late Senator, replaced by the Omega in 1994, but absolutely delicious. It's the sort of thing we like very, very much. Very tasty indeed. 2003 BMW E46 convertible. .330 Ci model. 2004 BMW Z4. Now, I think basically cars for the sort of from 2005 before are sort of okay in this section now, so that's fine. That's sort of roughly what it is. It's not like the concourse where they're very strict. Your car has to be between 1970 and 2000 to be in the concourse. They're a bit less kind of pedantic about it if you're just in normal parking. 1999 Rover 600. We like these very much. This is like a 600 Ti actually. Got the right interior for one. Although they weren't badged as that at this time. They removed the specific trim badges from the 600 about 1996, I think it was. Citroen BX 14TE. very sort of low down specification. Haven't got side windows in this car. The Saint-Tropez model. Excellent. Oh, I could do a sausage roll as well. 1.4 TU engine in this, 1999-91 specification. I'll just skip the estate model views and move straight onto this Fiesta Mark III. This, I think, has slightly different wheels from standard on it. I might be wrong. I could be totally wrong about it, but I think it's not standard wheels. Look at the mobile phone you got with the cars in the early 90s. This is a 1991 XR2i. And then we've got a micro shape. This is a very late pre-facelift K11 automatic. Wow, that's an interesting specification. Base model with an automatic gearbox. Just before the facelift, which would be about 1998, I think. Then we've got another Mark II Golf, another Mark II Driver. Gosh, I haven't seen a Mark II Driver in a long time. There's two of them here. 1990-1991 registration. Not big bumpers. I think the big bumpers only came on like sort of the top end cars as far as I remember, although it's the right year for that. Skip the Xanthi and go straight on to this 1987 Volkswagen Polo C Ranger. When I filmed this car for the channel in 2021, it had Mark I Golf wheels on it. They've been replaced with the original steel wheels and hubcaps, so wheel trims on it. And Mark has owned this car from new, yes, from new, 38 years. He decided to sell it. So there we go. Considering he's not even new, which is crazy, 53,000 miles. Call 07511 679 017. As Mr. Bill on the Fuel Power channel says, whose car we just saw, this actually could be yours. How often do you have the opportunity to buy a car that's been owned by a original owner for 38 years? Anyway, move on to this Mark VI Escort Estate. 1995 this will be. It's a gear as well, which is nice. We like gears, viewers. That sort of thing is very desirable. Probably the 1.6 maybe. Next we've got the Civic. Now I forget the model code for these. This is immediately before the EG Civics came out, which would have been about 1991. This is a GL, so maybe 1.5 D series in here. I don't know, something like that. AC9 to 90 registration. Do you like this sort of thing, viewers? Very much. Yes, please. Yes, please. And we got another Rover 75 in Wedgwood Blue, 2.5 litre. Early Longbridge car, 2001 on a Y. And then a Tipo. Facelift of Tipo, 94-95 registration. I think the Brava and Brava came out in 1995, so quite a late one. Not the most exciting Datsun like some of the earlier ones, but yes, absolutely fantastic. I really need to try a Tipo at some point. Right, viewers, we had to edit out another indiscretion. We'll keep going. This is much better, isn't it? Look at this. A Jaguar XJS with a beige leather interior and wood in dark green. I do like a nice beige leather interior, viewers. 92-93 registration on this. I should have read that information sheet, shouldn't I, before I started waffling on about nothing. Yes, 92. It is the 4 litre. Yes, please, viewers. I need one of these in my life at some point. My lady wife will not let me buy things like this, so we're not going to have one at the moment. But at some point in my life, maybe I will. So, a 1990 Volkswagen Transporter T3 with the 2.1 fuel-injected engine. Not an air-cooled one. The air-cooled ones were discontinued about 1983, I think. And then we've got another lovely German thing from a little bit earlier, this E28 5 Series. I wonder if this is a 525 or something like that. Yeah, 525. What do I like? You always get a 525E, of course. There's the Transporter T3. And an MR2. This is the first MR2 we've seen, actually. I wonder why. because I would have thought maybe quite a few of these, but there aren't. I appreciate that. It's an SW20. I don't know what rev it is. Rev 3? Who knows? 95, 96. And then an Austin Allegro Estate, a Series 3 this one. It's a 1.3 this particular car. I did drive one of these. It was a much earlier one. It was a 79 Series 2. This is a Series 3, 1.3L. 8182 registration. 2003 Mark II Renault Clio. This is a 1.6 Initial. This is much more like it, viewers. Compared with the one in the concourse section that Jake owns, this is what we like. It's a top of the range car, facelift, thank you. We'll have one of those, thank you. Another Vectra B, this is a GLS, very early one on end, so I think this is a 95 actually, this car. It's a 1.8 GLS, which was a sort of common specification for them. Next to it we've got a Cavalier 1.8 GLS Mark III. 92, 93 registration, facelifted one, which we do like, views. We like that a great deal. Slightly different colour to the Vectra. I think many of you will actually have a preference as to which one you prefer as well. I don't know what's going on here, viewers, but that is not correct for the car, so we will continue. There are some past winners here. This is a 1976-77 Chrysler Alpine, and it is in beautiful condition. It's exactly the sort of thing that we like to see. There we go, yeah, it's a 77, this one. Fantastic, isn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Then, of course, Mr. John Coupland's Proton 1.5 GL Black Knight Edition, the only one of these remaining in the country, complete with the correct wheel trims. I remember him when he won this in 2021, the first year I was here, and he's got tons and tons and tons of cars. Next we've got Samuel Allen's 1994 Vauxhall Astra Merit that won in 2022. Absolutely astonishing. It's base model Astra in a non-metallic colour. This is a new zone for this year. This is Unexceptional Cars of the Future. Now, the Proton Impian, I think, came out in 2001 over here, so it's almost eligible for the concourse section anyway, if you're an early one. This is a later one. I think this is one of the facelifted ones, a 2005. These cars are actually quite rare. They weren't very common when they were new. They're not really worth anything, so that is going to be a rare one. Not quite as rare though as this Tata Nano. This is the only one I've ever seen in my life. They never sold them over here. They were a bit of a disaster for Tata, to be honest. They were supposed to be like the sort of next Volkswagen Beetle of India, but it was absolutely and utter failure. But there we go, top of the range LX. This thing is on tour from the Lane Motor Museum, apparently. So 2011. And next we've got this Dacia Sandero. This is the Access model that was Britain's cheapest car for many years. There we go. And how many miles has it got on it? Probably not a lot. Immaculate.
I was doing the Mercedes cover.
My gosh. It's got nothing. Absolutely nothing on this. Not even a radio. But there we go. Like we've seen this car before as well. This is on the Maguire stand at the NEC one year, this particular 2001 Corsa. There we go. It's an elegant automatic. Isn't that beautiful, particularly in this colour? Right, viewers, we had a pleasant interruption talking about Sandero base models. So £4,500 for this Mercedes A-Class. 1999 classic model. That seems like quite a lot of money, but if it's exceptional, then it is. Exceptionally unexceptional. Yeah, A140, but the classic would be a base model. And then we've got this, let's get this right, this is a Volga, I think. Yeah, cool Barry on 07917611079. Yeah, it's a Volga from 1966. Next we've got, yes. Oh yes, please. This is like a Volvo 360. Is it really 5995? 5,000 miles from new, unused for 24 years. 07831 842 373. It's a 3-door as well. Oh! He's selling off an entire collection. Just pause the video there, viewers, if you want to see that. Yeah. 360 GLT injection. Anyway, and then a Fiat Cinquecento 2995. Call Stuart on 07973 358 877. If I'd known this in 2023, I would have put my car in the for sale section. So, a Mazda 323 from 1988. It's a Javelin. I quite like that, viewers. I mean, I'm not surprised if I'd like it, but I do. And then we've got a very, very late 2002 Mark 5 Fiesta Flight. I mean, we drove one of these, didn't we, recently? It wasn't 235 miles on one owner. Estimate 8 to 12. What's the Javelin estimated at? No reserve. Okay, well, I don't know what that's worth. This is crazy. £8,000 to £12,000. It's not even a Z-Tech S, but I suppose we'll have to see, won't we? And it's got Ford fleet plates on it. Oh, that's better views. It's got some luxury here. A 1996-1997 Saab 9000 CSE 2-litre turbo anniversary. Upgraded turbo from an Aero model. 3750. I like that, viewers. Yes, please. I am a Volvo owner, but I also like Saabs, if that's okay. Yeah, there we are. 07970 151 406. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. And then a Renault 4, what do they call these? Malibu. Is that what they call them? Renault 4 Malibu. As much as this, same as Saab, 3750. Call 07887 636 287. I think Mr. Bill would quite like this for himself, but I will not be bidding or bringing up or anything. Then we got an X300 here, XJ Executive. This is more like it, isn't it, viewers? Not quite a beige leather interior, not too far off. We do like this sort of thing. How much is this then? Sold. Excellent. Yeah. 97. That can't be yours though. Mr. Bill can't say that. A 2002 Mini 1 2250 07546442687. How about this one? Now these are in no budget reviews territory now, these cars. I don't know if I did that actually earlier on today, but nevertheless looks quite good, that one actually. One of those. Complete with Panama hat on the back parcel shelf. I was expecting to see Mr. Bill down here. He's got one of the C5s. I can't remember which one his is. Here we go. But they actually made quite a lot of these.
Yeah, that'd be lovely.
Unfortunately, Sir Clive Sinclair made too many, and it didn't really work out for them, which is a shame. I don't know which one Mr. Bill's is. He's not even here. Where are you, Mr. Bill, when I need you? Never mind. C5 oak box. Is that a joke? I don't know. Anyway, we'll have to see if we can find Mr. Bill later on, because we've got a Shambolic shuffle to complete first. How about a Mark II Escort? This time not a two-door, so it's probably not going up in stratospheric value as I'm walking around it. 1.6 GL with modifications. So look at the front and see if it's a facelift one. No, it's a pre-facelift one. Well, I'll just skip this Maestro viewers, unfortunately. Wow, a Skoda Felicia Fun. Excellent. Very strange car. You can see where the rear seats are in here. It's a very, very peculiar thing, this. They made them in the late 90s. I think you sort of move this back and forth if you don't want to get wet. I think that's how it works. Very, very peculiar sort of thing. This is a 1.6 75 horsepower Volkswagen engine. Also sold as the Caddy, but crazy. Anyway, let's have a look at this one here instead. This Datsun 120Y. Yes, please, viewers. We like old Datsuns and Nissans very much on this channel. Yeah, 7677 on an R. Next to a Mark IV Ford Cortina. I'm surprised we've not seen any Cortinas so far at all. I'm surprised about that, but here we go. It's a 2-litre S model. Mr. Coleman, rubbish mechanic, would very much appreciate that. I might get a photograph of that for him, actually. He likes that sort of stuff. Having driven one of these back in January, it's a 2-litre gear. I do appreciate this sort of stuff, viewers. Right, another Corsa B, 1.2 16 valve. This is the, can't read that, the Breeze model. Facelifted one, 98, 99 on an S. Let's go over here, viewers, and look at yet more 106 Zest model, the Zest 2 this one is. It's a little bit older than that Corsa, 97, 98 on an R. Do we get electric windows in our Zest 2? Yes, we do, but not windy windows, which I appreciate. I don't really like windy windows, viewers. I'm not a big fan of those sort of things. Older Peugeot here, 205 Mardi Gras. Do we get electric windows? Yes, we do. Excellent. 5-speed gearbox as well. Brilliant. That's probably a 1.1, I imagine. The one I filmed in, whenever it was, 2021 was about one of those. Also 1.1. And a Solara and an Alpine together. Viewers. Excellent. B-plate, 1.6 Solara. Very, very nice, viewers. I really want to drive one of these. 1.6 GL. And they've both got fleet plates from Peugeot Talbot on them, viewers. How can it be any more exciting than this? Yes, please, viewers. This one's a 1.6 GL. Do we have the trip computer in here? I can't see that. I really want to have a go in one of these. Well, I mean, both would be best, wouldn't it? Both of this. We've even got fog lamps on this one. Excellent. Then we've got a 1990 Escort XR3i Cabriolet. That is very, very tasty, isn't it? That's very tasty. I mean, I prefer this Montego here, this MG Montego. I prefer that, but you know, but both do, won't they? Having driven an MG Montego last year, I've heard of Vanden Plas, of course, but this will do, won't it? To do very nicely. A late pre-facelift one, 1988. That'll be. Although it's got the later rear lights and the earlier. Sorry, it's got a later grille and also the earlier rear light. I'm going to go on there. Then a Volvo 144 pre-facelift. Being the owners club, a couple of people else have got one of these. This one is a 1971. Facelifted cars have flush door handles, so it's a pre-facelift one, this. Not that they're that different particularly. Next, more Swedish delights, a Saab 900 Turbo Cabrio, an OG one, 16 valve, complete with a rev counter that shows turbo. So it shows the economy and then the turbo boost gauge. Fantastic views. Of course, you lock it in reverse when you park it. Very good. We like that, viewers, very much. 89 to 90. I was hoping we could talk about one of these. This is the big old Land Cruiser, and this is actually a petrol one. Yes, please. Very tasty. I think these will call the Amazon later on. On a P, so 1996, 97. Fabulous. That's better, isn't it, viewers? Escort Eclipse was the run-out model for the Mark IV Escort. This would be a 1990 on an H. Unlike the XR3i we saw there, this only has a 1.3 engine in it. But we have sort of slight XR3i styling cues. I mean, slight. Have we got windy windows? No, we don't have windy windows. Excellent. I mean, that would be a nice specification then, actually. They tend to come in this colour or like a blue colour, the Eclipses, I think. Beetle here, 1970-71 on a J. Very good. And another Mark 1 Yaris. What is it about these Mark 1 Yaris? Yaris, I think. They're just everywhere today. haven't seen too many of these shows, but obviously because they came out in '99, we're eligible. 1984 Citroen BX 16 TRS. Excellent. Like that, viewers. Like that a lot. We've got the side windows on this one. Very early one, actually. I think they came out in this country about 1983. Porsche 911 996. I mean, that's perhaps not what I was expecting to see here, but it's about the right sort of age, so why not? Then we've got a Volvo 850 GLT with the sort of blue interior. So quite an early one, quite an earlier stage. It's not a big headlamp model. No, it's not the big headlamp one. The big headlamps were only really the saloons, 92, 94 only, I think. And then a Fiat Panda 4x4, 1986, 87. That's probably quite valuable now, actually. Decent 4x4s are valuable now. 1992, 1993 Mazda 121. I drove one of these on the channel actually last year. It was a green one. This is, I think, an imported one. It's got the square plates on it. The one I drove was a UK market car. They're very, very rare actually. There's about 10 or something. The road it's some ridiculously small number actually. They didn't last very long because of the rust I think was the main problem. Triumph Dolomite. There's actually quite a few of these here today. I've seen a lot come in, so we'll see how many we actually get to have a look at today. This looks like an 1850 HL, judging by the vinyl pillars at the back. It was just before the 850 HL. That came in I think 76, so it would be maybe 75. Rover 114 GSI, 97-98 registration. I drove one of these last year. You didn't even get a rev counter as standard on some of the GSI, which is very, very mean. Last my production was in December 97, but obviously some of them registered in 98, like the one I drove last year. Mark 14 Mondeo SI, so the sort of sportier version. Just a 16 valves, so maybe, I don't know, a 2 litre, 1.8, something like that, I don't know. Renault 5 Automatic, the Prima model, 1.4. 1989 to 90, so sort of almost before the Clio came out, which was 1990 and 91 in this country. And then we've got a Rover 80. I think this will be about 1960 or something like that. It's not it's not a sort of very late one, because that was the 95 and the 110. Then we've got this Triumph TR6. 1974-75. I forget the name of this colour. It's extraordinary, isn't it? This colour, absolutely amazing colour on this. There's not that many Triumphs here so far. We'll probably see more, won't we, as we go in this sort of top section. And then an MG Metro, 1984-1985 on a B. I think this is probably an 84 because it's actually this one's a Mark 1. Go on to the TVR Chimera, 99 to 2000. I think this is the first TVR we've seen actually here today. There's probably more of them up here as well. In fact, there's a lot more stuff to see. I'd better keep going, viewers. 2001 to 2002 K11 Micra, final facelift. I think these last until 2003 actually. So, good 10-year production run for the K11. That one is a Vibe. The Vibes are very basic. I think, normally 1 litres, and they don't even have auto-reverse cassette decks in them. Very early Mondeo again, like number one. This is I think a GLX, judging by the wheel trims on it. 93 only it would be actually on a K. Then an Audi A4 B5. Just before the facelift actually, which has different door handles on it. It's 2.4, 6-cylinder, excellent. It's more like it, isn't it? Then 1991, 1992 Unos. Surprised we haven't seen more of these so far today actually, viewers. And then a Bongo. I'm going to have to check the plate on that because it might be one we can't talk about, but we're going to go on to this V70. Is this an R or something? It looks a bit like one. It might not be. Let's have a look. No, it's just a 2.5. It's got a spoiler on it. Okay. 98, 99 plate. MG Midget. It's the first one we've seen, actually. You don't get loads of stuff like MGBs and Morris Minors and Midgets here, actually. The flavour of the show is quite different. But you do get 2 Nissan Prairies. This is the second Prairie we've seen. Excellent. I mean, I'm very happy about that. Do we get Datsun and Nissan badges on this one? It's sort of the right kind of era for that, actually. Yeah, it's actually Datsun only badged one. Excellent. And you can see here we don't have a B pillar. You don't get one. There you go. Makes it easy to get in and out. Based on the standard, of course. Right, we'll have to not talk about that car, viewers. Let's have a look at this VX220 that's just arrived. I did have filmed one of these, actually, at some point, I think earlier this year, but didn't drive it, unfortunately. But there we go. Never mind. It's 2002. So we need to go into this next row here. Oh yes, an Alfa Romeo 33 Sport Wagon. The 1.7 Boxer engine. Fabulous. Well, that's a good place to end, isn't it? Thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment below, and we shall see you again in the next part for some more incorrect information.